So let's see. Yeah, because they're already going down to Starbase there, so we're going to be good with that. My trade ship is just one hex away from that pirate, so I need to be careful there. Not that there's much of a risk, but that was kind of a bit of a close call, needless to say. And for some reason these sailings are deciding to get really close to my homeworld. Just because you have a starbase there does not mean you can just willy-nilly come in here and steal my resources. First thing they're probably going to do is attack my pollinator, so I'm just going to put that in the starbase or shipyard. Make them second guess that plan. I'm just going to set that to sentry, guard, I forget how both those function there, just so I don't have to keep moving it. We're going to have our swarms reconnect. Can they? No, they can't. So 11 is my max for the time being. From what I can tell, so can't get any more swarms than that, so I can start building up an extra squadron in that case. With all the extra swarmers I'm building right now. And I'll have like 3 or 4 of them relatively quickly. That'll be pretty good. Okay, now we are officially 5 turns, so then the real fun shall begin. Like I said, not a whole lot I can do. I can only be as prepared as possible, which means getting all these ships ready to jump on them at a moment's notice. And as figured, they decide to scurry their oath somewhere else, so I'm sorry, I can't let you leave. You need to stay for the cookies and milk. You decide to barge through the front door, so I'm gonna make your stay a pleasant one. What can I say? I'm trying to be forthcoming, a generous type of guest or host. Even to those who decide to break and enter. And try to trash the place in the process. So don't mind me. I guess with the Iconians I don't care as much, because they're only scout ships ideally, which is a little less aggressive than like 10 oafs or however many they had in here at one point. I'm seeing 5 still. I know there's another one roaming around here somewhere, so I'm not sure. But the only real blind spot I'll have is this nebula radiation cloud, if they want to try and push things in there. Because there's a bit of a small blind spot, which kind of makes me want to have like an additional constructor up here for a sensor module. So the pirate ships are ready. Let's see, we're still at 0 income, so be ready for that. Get these swarmers grouped up the best that I can. So that way I'll have a third group there kind of to work together. And just keep an eye out on things, because I got the fission and a good amount of the movement range to do that. Here's hoping. Yeah, I probably do want to pause construction here for now. Actually, I can just keep building. Who am I king? Let's keep building those swarmers. I'm about to get some income here, and I still got a bit of a buffer. Oh, and that was the wrong one too. I'm not starting a war yet, but I'm just gonna make you stay comfortable. Just buzz around him a bit. And the moths are still floating around too, ready to intercept them in a moment's notice. So once I do get robotic farming done, I'm going to go straight for the planetary invasion. And I'm going to see about getting Baba 1. And if possible, I'll take these 2 planets to Ghost World. Good research there. And that one is just standard. Let's see, class 8 and class 13. So pretty worthwhile planets for me to grab if I can manage it. need to prepare for the inevitable, which is when I do go to war, they're going to send a lot more ships at me, I'm willing to bet, than just this survey group. Okay, so their cutters are going to be finished there. So I need to intercept them quickly before they take out my constructors, so let's wipe them out. I don't expect any real damage, right? Only 4 points of damage. Not a big deal. That one's easily gonna die. I'm not gonna take any damage. Come on, 2 deflectors, really? Yeah, no damage. We'll keep these constructors going. And I'm gonna have to detour this a little bit, because what's their movement? Is it even gonna tell me? Only 2 movements, so let's see, so 2 movement only puts it there. And then can I move into the nebula? There we go. That will keep it safe. And then I'll get that starbase really up, supercharged basically for any incursions that they'll encounter. At least they won't be able to destroy the starbase, but like I said, it's a good way to kind of keep the shipyards building without really hurting my maintenance sum. That's the theory. So it is kind of worthwhile when I do get them there, like even with the cultural expansions. And that's for the Deep Space one. I don't think I need the beam lasers, especially when you have something like that, which is 10 damage of everything. Let's focus on the damage, and then we can get more influence going. Because when I do start conquering these planets, these starbases are going to become less relevant, so the upgrades then can be focused on the mining, research, and of course the influence cultural forms that I have access to. I built a couple of constructors, I just don't know where I want to put them. Let me just put it there for the extra mine yield, because I can trade with that. I can use that to get some more leverage or resources out of it. We're at 4 more turns. There we go, first trade route. Let's see how it pays off. Well, at least finally someone's happy. Ooh, and that paid off nicely, actually. Only thing I don't know is is there any way for the assailants to actually disrupt that? That's the only thing I don't really understand about these things. Because if they can disrupt it, then that's going to be a critical area I want to defend. Okay, I got a bunch of swarms here that are not stacked up together. Oh yeah, and they're moving too, so they probably just collide with each other conveniently then. Okay, I was wondering why they were stacked up like that. Or maybe because the shipyard built 2 of them at once, that might be why, because it has so much production going on for it. But now that I have the trade route going, and the research is also done with my population growth, so perfect. Let me have a quick look at Kephium 3. Yeah, that's upgrading the shopping center too, which is also having an impact, so that gave me 3 more population for free. So that gives me some reason there to get like in their entertainment center at some point, but with 6 morale, not so much. I'm kind of more interested in like just upgrading the stadium again rather than gaining straight up another entertainment center. But it should be good for the time being. Our approval is in abundance, so alright, in 2 more turns I'm going to have to do one final tally and check of all my worlds to see how they are doing in stats before I go to war, to kind of be aware of what I need to build from them, and then we will get started with the conflict at hand. And thankfully these drones are going to be really good at spotting stuff too. So it's good thing I upgrade them and start putting them to use. They got the mobility. I kind of wish they had a little bit more sensor range to equal their speed, but I probably would need a small ship for that if I would in all honesty want that. Because I would need like ion engine. Well, not really ion engine, I would need like a better extra sensor even. And there's our food down. That's out of the way, perfect, I'm happy. I'll have to leave that be for now, because now we're going straight for planetary invasion. And that will allow us to, yeah, take population into troops. And that's the one thing we need. It's going to take 7 turns to do it, so the war will already be underway when it happens. Yeah, there's 2 oafs up there too. They got oafs everywhere. So, what will need to be done up here, I guess? Actually, can I just send these guys up there? I got the swarmers to take care of things down here, so I'm not worried. What I was going to suggest is maybe I have to merge all these ships together, so that way they can fight off those oafs there with hopefully relatively little losses, but the mob's going to be there plenty of time, depending on where it goes at least. Alright, what's this one? I think that just finished with its food population, didn't it? It has 3 population there. Approval is still good. So I'm not at risk of approval just yet. Huh. I thought I set the wall focus. Why isn't it staying there? Which is odd. I'm a little confused there. Well, just a little bit, but... what else do I want? Because, yeah, population is going to be good there. Approval will be fine. I would like to get more marketplace in there. Because I want to leave these hex... Let's see, that's for military as well. And I have lots of hexes to utilize too, so... Huh. Where... Okay, there it is. I was wondering where a molecular fabricator is, and there it is. So I could use that for more food, maybe? Let's see, it boosts population research, so I could have a molecular fabricator up here. And that will boost production further when I get more factories in there. And as a bonus, it'll boost everything else. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. And what's the maintenance cost? 0.3, so it's not too expensive, and I'll boost everything else up. And then I'll have reason to maybe get another entertainment center connected here. That'll give me a huge boost to approval. And then I can start destroying these research labs, or at least one of them. Because, what is it? +2 research, I may want to keep that. And just use these 2 here, and then the 3rd hex down there for like extra income, because that's his main benefit. And then slowly just dedicate this entire region to more income, ideally. Because with the additional growth, that should help it surge even further forward. Wow. Wow. How many? Okay, I understand now. I'm overthinking it. At first, I was really convinced that it could build them all in one turn. Not really the case. It's got 81 manufacturing per turn, so what it's going to do is going to convert some of that over to the next ship. Okay. I assume. I was overthinking that. I was really excited there, being able to get an entire squadron of swarms out in a single turn. That would have been fun, wouldn't it? Then there'd be no way for the Sailans to kind of beat me. If I could just mass produce my entire fleet back. Alright. I think the only thing left is the pirate ships up here. Which I actually see, so I can intercept that quickly enough. Unless my little minor faction friend here wants to fight it off. No. We're basically 1-2 turns away, so time to do a final check of all the my planets there and worlds to see how they are set there. Before I do that, let me just kill off these pirates here. Make sure I have everything moved to where I want. Then we'll do our final tally and get ready. And then get these swarms all together too, because why not? I already got 5. Well, 6 actually when you consider there's 2 of them in here. Because apparently I'm building 2 swarms at a time, I think. Because that was just last turn, after all. So I'm doing well for myself. I am not worried. Oh, that's 1 logistics, so I can actually fit that in there. Where, for some reason, the swarmers can't? I'm not sure. Oh, that's because it's separate. That might be why. That might be why. And I have vision of that oath there. I'm going to catch up to those relatively quickly. And hopefully take them out. And then my moth should be will be tasked to take on those 3. My beetles will test itself on these 2 down here. I'm not seeing anything south, but actually I've been neglecting this one starbase, haven't I? A sensor array would be good for that, to kind of cover this arc, because that's actually going to go all the way to the border there, I think. Well, pretty damn close. So it's going to be really difficult for him to sneak by that way. And we have starbases upgrade. Which one is this? Okay, this is the mine ring one I had in mind. So extra duratanium for trade, if not just the straight up use. We have our drones scouting out for potential hostiles that when the wave eventually comes. And fireflies are just running the hell away. Because I don't really want them fighting. And which one is this? Okay, actually got 2 upgrades for that. Nice. So we'll just upgrade everything then. That thing's becoming a fortress now, isn't it? Hopefully I can put it to more use there, mine that duratanium and cultural form and everything else though. So that is all the units. Now let's quickly go do a rundown of my plants. Let's see. My homeworld Sekleon needs more approval essentially. Without terraform or anything like that, there's not a lot I can do. But do I want to cut down this molecular fabricator? Is that worth doing? Oh, it's going to cut back food too, so maybe not. And that gives me a nice boost to influence, so I want to keep that there. So I think the easy way to fix this plant is to get the extra terraforming slot so I can get an entertainment center down here. So that is a priority for my homeworld. Because with the amount of population it's going to have for me, I'm going to have, hopefully, a massive potential of basically increasing everything there. I just don't quite understand how significant is the food. I'm still getting a positive influence boost, so it's not actually something I need to rush for, but that may be something I'll have to work on with Sekleon. Sekleon 3. This plant's in perfect shape there, despite the fact it has no hexes available to me. It could use a little optimization, like I don't need this shopping center here. I could almost throw more food at it. That's almost something I want to do. Let me just check, because it just gave it population group, so approval will be just fine, so I don't actually need the food right now, so it's good as is actually. I just don't have a lot of hexes to get fully utilize it. Sekleon 2. This is looking in good shape as well. It's going to still be in the positive as soon as the population maxes out, and I got good production off it with the mega factories, good research. Nothing specific to really take advantage of. Kefium 3 we already looked at. At some point there, especially with the extra food, I will have to consider. I may have to consider an extra entertainment center as I get more growth or more food. Ultimately, just want to get a better stadium or upgrade the stadium further. Kefium 2, We already gone through that. It even has hexes to utilize there. I just don't know the best way to utilize them just yet. With slightly more food to kind of continue to grow. Miranda, my production world, my home world for basically my main region for building. So that's going to be pretty good as it is. I could almost remove this influence center for another mega factory. Hell, if not a mega factory, just maybe a manufacturing capital. I don't know if that's the best use there. But I know I'll pretty soon have more hexes available to me, so that will probably be an ideal spot. I can remove that. It's going to get more population. It's going to have a lot more population, so influence or approval is going to become an issue as well. And last but not least, Tracy 1, which is doing really well so far. I might take advantage of the additional influence there to kind of get some more influence growth going on here. Because it's got plenty of population. Yeah, it's got a lot of population to go through, so... And it's got a lot of growth. It's still got more approval to benefit from. Terraform is coming soon. I have one more hex up here for more approval, so I think I'll focus on the influence if I can. I don't know if I want to continue going with the tourism. But an extra consultant there, especially since I'm kind of lacking upgrade versions, which I really need to do too. Because the strategy here is influence and I'm lacking on upgrades to boost my influence further, so that's probably a hindrance. So that's all the worlds there. We are just about, negotiators about almost done, so we are ready to go to war. Let's hope it doesn't cost me.